And on a what do we call on Mondays? Marvelous Mondays?
I don't know.
What other descriptive words that start with M?
Magical.
This magical Monday. Well, that's what we're.
Man,
Huh?
this Manic Monday, like the song. Just
Yeah.
another Manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. Hey, you know why? Because that's my fun day. You
Well,
know that
no, but we're back on a Monday.
How do you not know Manic Monday? It's like a huge 80s song. Anyway,
That's
welcome.
probably why, because it was a huge '80s song.
Welcome back to this Manic Monday, the Legends Clubhouse. I am Bobby Kaboose, as always, with that guy, Mr. Underscore himself, Lawson Turner. What's going on, man?
Bro, it was kind of a jam-packed weekend for all parties involved. We had my before we dive into what you did, because I already know. Listen, we've been around the block a couple times. We're gonna ask what we did over the weekend, so let's just uh,
Because it's Manic Monday.
it is
Wish
man.
it was Sunday. Why? Because that's my fun day.
There we go. So,
I can't believe you don't know that song.
dude, so yesterday we had my nephew's little birthday party. So like
Did
his
you get a haircut yet?
did he? No, he's still rocking like the '04 Hulk Hogan cut. So,
Oh, more like 84 Hogan cut.
dude, for real, like he hasn't had his first like haircut, and he turned 2 last Tuesday, and so
Hey, he's got a huge mullet.
huh?
He's got a huge mullet.
Yeah, bro, kind of looks sweet, man. Nah, though, but so it, it was funny because we were we had a bunch of not a bunch of people, but like a handful of my sister's friends that also have uh younger kids and stuff, and some cousins and stuff came over, and they had like a little sand pit outside, and then they had like a little um painting station for all the kids, and where they had like the three primary colors. Pop quiz: what are the three primary colors?
Red, yellow, and blue.
Yes. And they had like a little painting station for all the big brain, little painting station for the kids, and there was once again just uh yellow, red, and blue, and like just three small individual like little uh uh casings, but they were about like this big, and they're all attached. And there was like a plethora of them, but all of them had just the same three colors. And so he's trying to open it, or he's trying to open one because he's like red, and I'm like, my brother in Christ, you've got three around you that are all also open with red. He's like, red, and I was like, fine, dude. If this specific red, if this specific container is the one you want, I got you, big dog. And so I just, dude, it was so funny too because they got him, like a little smash cake for him to, after singing Happy Birthday to,
Hmm.
mess up with. Um, One of my sister's friends after they did Happy Birthday, she, kind of like, bonked his face in it, and he just looked like the fuck
The
that
fuck?
just happened to me. And and my sister's friend's name is Zoe, and I was like, hey yo Zoe, you should have gone like it looked like she just barely did it, like it was a little on his nose and on his eyebrow. I said you should have just fucking creamed his shit like full face all the way in. And then it was so funny because he's sitting in his little high chair and he's like, I want down. And then so he's got cake. He's like starting to mess with the cake, and it's all over him. And my sister wanted to wipe him down before, and so they took like the front piece of the high chair off, and he's like, I want down. And I was like, hey dog, she's got to wipe you down first because you got cake all over you. And then bro started singing like Happy Birthday, like in that little deep voice to himself, and I'm like, hey dude, you're right. But yeah, that's
So
basically what, huh?
he was just wishing himself a happy birthday.
Dude, after everybody sung it, he would just Happy Birthday, and dude, it's so funny too because as I'm seeing this little, Weenie Hut Junior little kid like start to grow up, like I'm seeing like the development of his giggles and laughs. Cause it used to be,
Hmm.
like super high pitched. Now it's like an old man coming from the stomach, it's like, and it's so funny. Dude, when he starts doing that, and be like, "Hey, dog, whatever spinach you've been eating, Popeye, you gonna have to calm down."
Whatever demon you have inside of you better get out, Vecna.
Dude, for real. So
Fucking
yeah,
A,
bro.
man.
What'd you do over the weekend?
What did we do over the weekend? Saturday we had another wedding. Um,
Another. Y'all know everybody's getting married.
Dude, yeah, we had 2 weekends in a row with weddings, and so last weekend we went and um there was an open bar like per usual, right?
Mm.
And I'm a vodka drinker, and last week's vodka of choice for the hall was Mohawk, and I was like, wow, can't get much worse than Mohawk. Well,
Little do we
surprising.
know.
This past weekend, the wedding we went to, the vodka of choice was none other than 5 o'clock. And if you know anything about 5 o'clock, it's probably one step above rubbing alcohol. And it didn't taste bad, but man, yesterday we were both feeling rough yesterday morning when we went to bowl against the children.
Did you win?
We won one game. My teammates didn't bowl very good. I bowled consistently over my average yesterday, but my teammates did not bowl very good. So we only took one of 3 games
So
against some kids.
so yeah, it's like you won your individual matchup.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
you won
But
year one per se.
yeah, but
Hmm.
unfortunately, that this league doesn't care about individual matchups. Because if it was individual matchups, I'd be fucking murdering kids left and right.
Huh?
In bowling, not like John Wayne Gacy. Um, just there's a new show on Peacock
Hmm.
about John Wayne Gacy. Do you know who John Wayne Gacy is?
It sounds familiar, but I just nothing off the top.
So he's a serial killer from the 70s,
Hmm.
and he was like a business owner and semi-politician, and he would hire these kids that were like 16 to 19, and he ended up murdering like 33 kids and burying their bodies for the most part underneath his crawl space, and had like 27 bodies underneath his house, and then
The
like six
fuck?
other bodies like on his property. um
Just for
but
goofs?
anyway, yeah, and then he would dress up as a clown, like he was a clown as well,
I
so
mean,
like
of course you would. Like if
the
that I.
So we were watching some of this show on Peacock, right?
Hmm.
There's a show and a documentary. Well, the show is getting a lot of hype, and like so we checked it out, and like so far like I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I'm not really feeling it. It's not as good as the Netflix ones, as at least so far. Like it's like basically like this one is starts with him basically getting caught, and the first few episodes is like basically just like him like it doesn't show anything from like the past where he actually kills these people. So
Mm.
um it's just, and he was like 36 years old.
It's kind of like a
So
past tense thing, like right afterwards.
yeah, it's like after he got like they show him like getting followed by police and shit, and like them being suspicious because this kid goes missing, and he was last seen with him,
Hmm.
and yeah, and then they're just like, oh my God, there's so many bodies down here, but they don't show any of the killings yet or anything. So I'm hoping that it gets better and it goes back and like shows like, him killing people and shit.
Well, yeah, I feel like whenever any large company or production team, whatever, whenever they make those shows together or put them together, I should say, that is what drives your audience to want to. Oh, I want to see, even if it's a little far fetched. I want to see kind of a, because once again, I wasn't fucking there.
You're right.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we watched a little bit of that. We went to the wedding. Didn't watch much football. I watched um the Michigan game on Saturday before the wedding, and then I watched some of the Giants Denver game, but
Hmm.
I left before the exciting fourth quarter. So, I just got to see the dog shit prior, the first three quarters, and I was like, wow, this Denver really didn't come to play today. Fucking receivers just dropping balls and shit, and Bo Nix looking terrible, but and then the fourth quarter happened. I was like, I saw on Instagram, and I was like, of course, the one time I fucking leave early, and miss,
Dude,
greatness.
19-0 through three quarters, 33 points in the fourth, the most points ever by a team that's been shut out through the first three quarters. That was one of the more crazier individual quarters that I've ever seen. Like, that had everything you could want. It had big plays on both sides offensively. It had a crazy double tip 44-yard touchdown by a tight end. It had clutch plays. It had, like, for someone that had that as the last leg on one of their slips and had Denver winning, I was like, damn. Because more
I was
often,
just like, damn.
dude, more often than not, and nothing really surprises or like I'm in utter shock in sports anymore. I feel like
Mhm.
if you've watched any sport for so long, you're like, okay, to a certain extent, you start to believe the any given Sundays. There's never it's never too little, too late. And when it was 19-0, I'm like, okay, there's one more quarter left. It's three possessions. If Denver has this elite defense that they have had since last year, now they didn't come up to play through the first three quarters in this game. However, if they can essentially flip the switch, there's going to be some shit to go. And I
Mhm.
thought in the fourth quarter, the thing that can really elevate Denver for me, Bo Nix's accuracy, short and intermediate, especially in between the numbers, is awesome. Sean Payton, for whatever reason, and I have a theory to this, will continues to throw these like outside the numbers go balls, and Bo, for whatever reason, he's just not hitting them.
Mhm.
And I don't know if
He was
it's,
like 4 for 18 or something for
dude,
passes over 20 yards.
yeah, and I don't know if it's a confidence thing or if he's putting too, because a lot of it for me is just he's putting a little too much air on it. And
Mhm.
my my thought process of as to why Sean Payton continues to call like these outside the number fades and stuff like that, when you could easily substitute a lot of those with your back shoulder throws, because you have a solid receiving core. Evan Ingram, awesome receiving tight end. Cortland Sutton, beast. Marvin Mims is your down the field guy. You've got some things there.
Ed
Um,
McCaffrey,
and
Rod Smith, Shannon Sharp, all these guys. Demarius
all
Thomas, rest in peace.
all of them, rest in peace. Um,
All of them.
my
They're not
theory,
all.
my theory as to why Sean keeps dialing up these plays is because he's been going to bed it because when Sean Payton left coaching for about a year and a half, 2 years, once you're an obsessive person like he is about his craft and coaching, that shit never leaves you. So those
Mhm.
2 years where he was outside of coaching, I could just imagine him drawing and scheming up. Well, Lawson, if he's outside of coaching, why is it just these outside the number go balls? Because Drew Brees' last 4 or 5 years, his arm was kind of shy and couldn't. Drew Brees is the most accurate quarterback ever, but the majority of it is inside the numbers, short intermediate routes, and it's like now I have this young athletic big arm guy. I can now try and take these. However, they just haven't been connecting. But if they do, I would not be surprised if Denver can make a serious run in the AFC West.
Yeah. When after last year when they were all rookies, I thought Bo Nix was going to be the best one coming out
Yep.
just because of his accuracy in college.
Hmm.
He was the most accurate quarterback out of the five that got drafted high last year. He had an interesting. I forget where he was before Oregon, but he transferred to Oregon because he was where his dad played before, like
He was in
Arkansas or
Auburn.
something.
Auburn.
Auburn,
Yep.
yeah, Auburn. And he probably put a little too much, pressure on himself, trying to live up to his dad's name. Because didn't dad have like a bunch of records there and shit or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah, I was like, okay, this dude is accurate. If you're accurate, you're gonna be able to play in the NFL. Um, even if it is just dinks and dimes. I mean, Peyton Manning never had a strong arm.
No.
You know, he'd throw up ducks, 40 yards down the field.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, Denver could be a serious threat that, especially with the Chiefs, kind of, even though they make the Super Bowl, it seems like every year, they've been on the decline for the last couple,
Hmm.
or at least, you can tell that their reign on top. It may not be short like leprechauns, but it might be coming to an end in the next, 2 to 3 seasons. So Denver's looking real good in that division. The Chargers are looking pretty good too, as far as up and comers with Justin Herbert. If Jim Harbaugh can finally like unlock him,
Hmm.
um,
I was
I
gonna say
feel
because
like
they got rolled yesterday too.
yeah, I feel like he's like a dude that like they're literally just trying to figure out like the combination of the safe
Like the
to
Rubik's
unlock.
cube. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really.
yeah.
When they drafted, Joe Alt, it's like everyone thought Jim Harbaugh was gonna go receiver, and it's like, well, if you've been following Jim Harbaugh, none of his teams
Mm,
had like your number one true receiver. And then
right.
when he came out and said, I envision the offensive line as a weapon, I'm like, that's just a football dude, bro. And
Hmm.
then the
He's
simple fact,
weird though, man. I don't like
huh?
him. He was a Michigan guy. I don't like him. He was a Michigan guy. He's weird. He like drinks milk and sleeps in the bedroom with children when he was recruiting them. It is weird.
He is Team Khaki Pants. No, though, but when the thing with when Rashawn Slater got hurt uh for the year, I was like, okay, well, you don't have
Think
your
that's AC Slater
maybe that'd be really
should be.
interesting. Could be.
AC Slater played high school football. Just saying.
There's a connection when
And
you
then
don't.
went to college. He went to Iowa or he was supposed to go to Iowa to wrestle, but then he went to like some weird school in the college years.
Hmm. We might need to look into that. When you don't have your two all-pro tackles and you only have one, it's like, oh, well, now you're kind of like the rest of the NFL, where you're missing a starting tackle, and your other one we're gonna see. And Joel was excellent when they moved him from right tackle to left tackle, where Rashawn Slater was, and then he gets fucking hurt, and so now they've kind of just been on the slow, like in the whole grand scheme of things, they're still on the rise. But for their
Hmm.
season, when they lost the Giants, it's like, okay, there's some glaring issues, and then
Yeah.
they just got that. To me, was one of the more interesting games. Like hosting the Colts, I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a serious test for the Colts because
Hmm.
I'm not. It's interesting because once again, from a roster standpoint, they have a solid roster, but they had two guys last week not in the pregame warmups. In the pregame warmups, like you have Anthony Richardson fracture his face when he's warming up with the elastic bands. Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
So Anthony Richardson literally had to
Well,
go to the
he's not a starter though, right?
right,
I
but
mean, times.
yeah, but it's still just a in quotations depth person in case anything happens to Daniel Jones, and then they're starting number one cornerback Travarius Ward. He's running. He's not running routes, but he's just jogging around on the field, and some third, fourth string tight end runs up and bonks him, and he gets a concussion. And so it's like, okay, so you're without your number one corner, you're without Kenny Moore, your number two to slot corner, you're without your backup quarterback. Now, granted, backup, but still, it's just these freak injuries that you don't see players in the warm ups to the warm ups to the warm ups. It's not. They were running around in it looked like their draft day stuff, like just shorts, compression
Yeah.
stuff, and then to go into LA and dominate the way that they did. I'm this close. If they have another quality win, now their next game this next week, obviously Lawson, their next game is this week. They are hosting the Titans, so they could genuinely be 7-1 and sit on top of the AFC, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, because Danny Dimes is the truth. Like
Oh,
he is not he is now Paul Pierce, because Paul Pierce, for everyone that knows that he was, nicknamed the Truth, and now it's Danny Dimes, because Danny Dimes is going to be the greatest quarterback of all time. He's going to win the next like 8 Super Bowls in a row.
You know, you know how much of an insane story that would be? No, you know what would make it even more nuts?
Yeah.
Because I think he's on a 2-year. I think he might only be on a 1-year deal. Imagine if he goes to another team and then continues a Super Bowl run, and he just has 1 year. Oh, I got one. 1-year deals, 8 different teams, 8 different Super Bowls.
I'm in. Get him in Detroit for one of those. Uh, but I wonder, because I thought it was a 1-year deal. I didn't think it was anything more. But I mean, he could go the route of Sam Darnold, dude. And but
Play your
how
way
good?
into play your way into a big contract. Yeah,
Yeah, how is Darnold doing this season?
he's been actually. It's really hard to replicate the year he had last year because I didn't expect him to to throw 35 touchdowns again. But
Yeah.
he's been solid. Him and JSN for whatever reason, Jackson Smith and Jigba, they have just exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Seahawks could easily be one of those 6-1 teams. Like you look at Week 1, they're going to at least tie the game, and Sam Darnold drops back to pass, winds it up, and hits his fucking tackle. Fumble. They
Mm-hmm.
lose Week 1 to the Niners, and then the Tampa Bay Bucks game where he does throw, what would be the game-losing pick that set up, the game-winning field goal. But they've also just had some Seattle to me, and I don't know if it's the stigma around Sam Darnold because they do play tonight, and those are their 2 losses. They are hosting the Houston Texans tonight in the late night of the doubleheader. It starts at 10 p.m. Why are we having NFL games start at 10 p.m.? I don't fucking know. I fucking hate these doubleheaders. But um, he's I've always been a fan of Sam Darnold. I feel even with the seeing ghost stigma when he came out of New York, it's like, well, you look now. I don't know if anyone is the New York savior
Right.
because
On
they're shit showing just
both
on the way
sides.
down to dude for real. And
Jackson Dart's looking good, but
say what,
maybe he can. Jackson Dart's looking all right, but
dude? If I was
everyone
a
else has been stepping into New York on both sides, the Jets or the Giants, for
mm,
how many years since Eli and Joe Namath.
if I were if I were a Giants fan, even though I didn't expect them to win many games, I would feel a lot better at this point in the year. Like Jackson Dart looks like a future star. Cam Scatterboo just looks like a man who refuses to get tackled. They've been awesome. Brian Dayball, it looks like they will, even if it's a sham 1-year deal, you got to give him at least 1-year deal, another year with Jack Stark, because that's his guy. Oh, speaking of Joe Namath, have you heard the rumor
Super
as
Bowl
to,
three.
huh?
Super Bowl three.
Yes. Did you hear the rumor or thing he did, and as to why the Jets are now cursed even to this day?
Because he wore nylons underneath his uniform.
Even worse. So before Super Bowl 3, I was not there, so I cannot confirm, but I can't.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't. I can't confirm, but I cannot deny. The word on the street is that Joe Namath sold his soul to the devil to win Super Bowl 3, and he said, if you give me this one Super Bowl, you don't have to give the Jets anything else ever again. So that's why the Jets are always down in the dumps. You can actually look it up, dude. There's like a crazy conspiracy about it, and I was like, damn, Joe. I mean, hey,
He did guarantee a victory in Super Bowl three, and I believe they were huge underdogs.
yeah, against Johnny Unitas and the Baltimore Colts, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I hope,
Shit makes sense. Shit makes
hope
sense
for
to
our
me.
sake, I hope our sake, Jared Goff sold his soul to the devil, for our Super Bowl. We would just like to even get there, um, but
But y'all play tonight though. Y'all got really,
Bucks.
really,
Very up.
really interesting game when when you look at it, all signs point to Detroit, but when all signs point to one team, it's kind of that's where it starts to get a little shaky.
Yeah, and you got, uh the baker's dozen coming in, and that guy doesn't go down easy. So
Hmm.
yeah, dude, I'm expecting a shootout. Like I'm expecting like a 38 to 35 game.
I'm curious
Uh
what the point total is. I'm about to look it up,
it's probably like 104.
dude.
So
And
would probably take the under on that, but if it's like 40, I'd take the over that.
53 and a half.
Yeah, I would still take the over, like if I was a betting man.
Yeah.
Um, but I think I think the universe thinks it's gonna be a high scoring game, and when
Hmm.
that happens, usually it's a low scoring game. So it'll probably, what do I know? It'll probably be like 6-3.
That'd be really funny. I remember there was,
Well, at least there's another game on at 10 o'clock if you're bored of the 6-3 final.
yeah,
And there's a game seven tonight.
and there is Game 7 tonight. The
Dude, speaking of not game sevens, but game fours, Jesus Christ, Shohei Ohtani. Um,
dude,
10
I
strikeouts and 3 home runs. Like, I wish I watched this game.
dude, one of my boys who's not a baseball guy, and I got a funny thing he told me uh after this. He when cuz we were on the game when it was going on, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Shohei just hit another home run." And then, some of my boys were like, "Oh, well, of course he did." Cuz that's just what
Mhm.
Shohei does. And I'm like, "No, y'all don't understand. He's 3 for 3 for 3 home runs, and he went 6 innings, started the 7th and struck out 10." And it is insane to me because then the next day afterwards, I guess, my buddy didn't, think about it in the moment, but he's like, dude, all I've seen on my timeline is him of people glazing Shohei, and I was like, it's not a glaze, bro. Put that shit on, and there was like how rare was something like this, and so let me re-pull up the post that I saw because it.
Was it the one about like only like 26 pitchers have
Here we
thrown
go.
10 in a
Yeah,
game?
so there have been 12 players to hit 3 or more home runs in a single game in postseason history. There have also been 16 pitchers in a postseason to have 6+ innings, 2 hits or fewer, 10 Ks, no runs allowed. Shohei did that in the same game.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. It's
Yeah, yeah.
and
It might have been not only the best postseason performance ever, it could be the possible best performance ever because even if someone went 4 for 4 with 4 home runs, you're not pitching.
right,
Even if someone threw 10 Ks in 6 innings and less than 2 hits and whatever the fuck else you said,
yeah,
they didn't hit 3 home runs. Carlos Zambrano may have hit 1 home run, but not three.
dude.
So, man, unbelievable performance.
It's also crazy
Dodgers
too.
are
Oh,
gonna be
continue.
one hard team to beat in the World Series.
And
Team
there's
Japan.
Team Japan, and their starting pitching staff is fucking insane. Which is even
Yeah.
more funny because I think they were dead last in innings pitched by starting pitchers this year in the regular season.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, dude, it's like with Game 7 tonight. When I was watching Game 6 last night, I was like, all this just to get swept by the Dodgers.
Yep.
And it's gonna be really funny because for the people that were saying, "Oh, why is Shohei struggling?" Before game 4, why is Shohei struggling? Why is he only batting like 193 in this postseason? I said, I don't know, because the majority of the pitchers he's facing are left-handed pitchers. Like I don't know if you notice this, but like the
Mhm.
the Reds, outside of Hunter Green, in which he hit the two home runs in his first game, right-handed pitching. The majority of the Phillies, pitching staff, left-handed pitchers. The Brewers have a plethora of left-handed pitchers. Now,
Yeah.
whichever team they face in the World Series, whether it be Seattle or the Blue Jays, they like the majority of their pitching is right-handed. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Shohei carry this over.
Well, yeah. So, the only way to stop this motherfucker is to, I think, Nancy Kerrigan his ass and take a baseball bat and just hit him in the knee and then run away.
And then run
Make sure
away.
you run away though and not get caught. But yeah, I think that's the only way to stop this guy is to just try to take him out. Try to, you might have to hire Rikishi to run him over with a car and be like, I did it for the Blue Jays or the Mariners.
I did it. I did it for the wall.
I, I did it for Seattle or whoever they play. I did it for Canada. Yeah,
I did it for Brian Wu.
yeah, I did it for Woo.
It,
So yeah, Woo probably hates his ass. Um,
it's so.
so but
It.
yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting game 7.
Mhm.
I'm still rolling with the Blue Jays. I'm sure you're still rolling with your Mariners.
It's so.
One of us will be right.
Dude,
We,
I love the fact that it's literally coming down to game 7 and both of our fucking two teams. Now,
yeah,
you had the Dodgers over, where are we? Here we go.
over the Blue Jays.
Yeah, you had the Dodgers over the Blue Jays and I had the Mariners I had the Mariners over the Dodgers, which is kind of scary now cuz if
Yeah,
listen, if you wake up Godzilla, man,
man.
especially with Snell doing what he did, Yamamoto going the whole nine, and Glass now doing what. Like I said, bro,
Freddie Freeman playing his ass off. Teoscar Hernandez, Mr. October. Fuck, dude.
dude, and
See, I don't know. Teoscar, since Reggie Jackson was Mr. October, Teoscar Hernandez can be Senor October.
that's awesome. The and then like I was watching a former pitcher.
John Rocker.
No, I cannot remember his name. Maybe like Trevor May or somebody like that. Um,
He used
and
to be Dodgers.
yeah, and he now does TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he was talking about someone brought up about the safety squeeze bunting and stuff like that in general. And he was about like the Dodgers doing it, and it's like, okay, name one person on the Dodgers that you would rather bunt than swing. Maybe Andy Paez, but it's like when you go down the lineup, it's like Shohei, no. Freeman, no.
Yeah,
Mookie, no. Teoscar, no. Tommy Edman, no. Kike Hernandez, no. Like you want them swinging the bat,
right.
and even then with the small ball that Milwaukee had a lot of success with in the postseason and in the regular season, until you run up against the Dodgers. It's really that is the live small, bunt the ball. Easier said than done.
Yeah. What was that saying? Live small, eat the ball.
Live small, bunt the ball.
Oh, bunt the ball, not eat the ball.
Yeah, don't eat it. I don't eat it, especially after it's already hit the ground, because it's all got dirt and all that nastiness on
What
it.
if it's on the show? Is that cake? And they try to
Yeah.
cut it.
Then take a bite out of it at your own risk. Because
It could either be like a snowball or just a regular baseball.
right. Oh, and speaking of the Brewers, I saw that they were hearing and taking calls on Freddie Peralta. And a lot of people on Twitter, they were like, this is what's wrong with baseball. You win 97 games, you have the best record in baseball, and you're selling pieces. Like, huh?
Because you really don't know what's gonna happen next year, man. That's the beauty of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think baseball, like unlike any other sport, like you can go from first to last.
The
You
turnaround
can
can be crazy.
right, and there's always one division in football where like the last place team it becomes the first place team the next season.
Mm.
That can happen almost every year in every division in baseball because there's so many games and injuries. Teams get hot, teams get cold.
Dude, I
The
remember in
the
two.
temperature gauge definitely fluctuates here in Detroit. So
I remember in it might have been 2021, 2019, somewhere around there, when the Orioles won like 104 games, and I was like, holy shit! Everyone's young. Adley Rutschman's young. Gunnar Henderson's young. They got a young pitching staff. This could be a
mm,
solid team, and they've just sucked ass ever since. And it's
right,
like you showed so much potential.
right.
Um,
Right, yeah, and they were like, and then before then they were like last place every year. You know, it's like
That's how
the
they got.
hardest
That's how
division
they
in
got those.
baseball.
That's how they got those number one picks to get Gunnar Anderson and
Right.
Adley Rutschman and all those guys there.
Absolutely, man. And then, you're in the hardest division in baseball with the Yankees who spend, $17 billion. You have the Red Sox that probably spend $16.5 billion. And then, the Rays are always find a way to be competitive. And then you got the Blue Jays who, they got young stars and obviously they got some talent if they're going into game 7 of the NL or ALDCS, ALCS, I'll get it right.
A B C D F
ALCS.
G.
Yeah, something like that. Just throw a bunch of letters at it. We'll figure it out.
Mm.
But yeah, so the Orioles suck ass. But I heard Scooble's going to the Diamondbacks. That's kind of cool.
I saw
Um,
on his Instagram story earlier. He posted yesterday of him at like some golf course, and it was like in the Scottsdale area. And one of my buddies lives down there, and he's a big baseball guy, so he texted me, "Scooble to the Diamondbacks confirmed." And I'm like,
yeah,
shut.
I mean,
And I'm like,
why else would he be there? Why else would he be there unless he's checking out that pool at the Diamondback Stadium? I think they're the ones with the pool.
yeah, dude. It's so funny too, cause it's I love how you just brought up that they had a pool because I remember seeing a couple years ago where it's like the Jags and Dolphin. I think it's the Jags. They have like pool seats like in the fucking
Mhm.
stands, and I'm like, yo, that's gotta be some just. How the fuck do you just buy? All right, let me go on Ticketmaster. Pool seats. Pool
All right,
seats.
all right, kids, make sure you bring your bathing suits and some towels to the football game or the baseball game. Yeah, like how I would love to get those seats just to like be like, all right, well, let's check this out. Like, let's
I wonder how
um
many tickets they sell, and could you imagine if it was some dumb shit like you get 1.78 square feet in this pool. So
right,
this
yeah,
little
can you
corner
just
that's
extend around, or is there like do you have to designate stand in one area?
so funny.
What if you want like a hot dog or something? Like, can you bring it into the pool?
No, you gotta wait 45 minutes to prevent cramping.
Yeah, so you don't cramp.
I
Is there
can't
a lifeguard on duty?
need my water wing.
Yeah, can I bring my fun noodle into the stadium?
Wait,
Can can I bring a big blow up fucking flamingo?
hold on, you're what? You said fun noodle?
Yeah.
We called them.
Well,
I assume you mean the pool noodles.
yeah, they're called fun noodles.
We never called them fun noodle.
What would you call them?
We
A
just
pool noodle? A poodle?
a poodle. No, we dead. That's just always called them pool noodles.
Why? They're called fun noodles.
That's news to me.
Dude, in high school, we took a fun noodle, right? And some of them have like the holes
Yeah,
like through it, you
yeah.
know? We would put we would put a marijuana bowl at the end of the fun noodle, and you light it and suck it through the fun noodle.
We would we weren't as cool as y'all, but what we would do, like if we were in the pool with some pool noodles, we'd fill it with water and blow on one side and shoot out of the other side.
They're called fun noodles.
Well, I
A fun noodle.
a singular fun noodle,
I
or
can't believe.
or
How do you
you.
not call them fun noodles?
I just never heard them called fun noodles, man. Or
What they're
once
called?
again, if you and some buddies just all have one, just beat the shit out of each other with them.
Well, yeah, that's or if one person doesn't have it, then you just beat the shit out of
Yeah, then you jump them. Where's your noodle?
them. Yeah, yeah. Where's your fun noodle? But yeah, dude,
That's
you
so
bring your
funny.
fun noodle to the fucking baseball game. You bring your flip flops and shit. And, like, I wonder, like, if you buy those tickets, like, I wonder if like people are like, hey, can I bring a tube? Can I bring a flamingo? Can I bring an alligator to lay on? Um, you know, do I get poolside service so I don't
Pulls.
have to get out? Can I
Yo,
just pee in the pool? Yeah, yeah, dude. That eliminates the fucking bath, like having to go to the bathroom. You just pee
yeah.
in the pool. Not gonna have to leave your seats.
But then the only problem is if they have like that special chlorine that'll turn it blue.
Whatever, dude.
Oh,
What are they gonna do about it? It's already done. Like, cool. It turned it blue. You
could
just
you?
know that I pee. Everyone fucking pees in the pool, dude. I don't fucking care. Everyone does.
sitting there like, oh, bro, they're peeing. Hey, you pee in the pool too. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, just fuck up. I'm watching the game. Scooble's going into the seventh as a Diamondback. Chill.
Chill.
Sorry, I had to piss, dude. Everyone does. There's chlorine, it kills it.
Y'all won the white whale sweepstakes. Y'all got the best pitcher in baseball, man. You all leave me be.
Yeah,
He
I
would.
mean it's
He
not
would.
like you're peeing. It's not like you're peeing in the lake or the ocean where that thing can rush up your pee hole.
Yeah. Uh, that was always a fucking. They had a They had an episode of back in the day. They stopped doing the show. It's called River Monsters way back in the day.
Mhm.
Have you heard about it?
Oh yeah, I've never seen it, but
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
They had an episode where bro went to like the Amazon, and yeah, that was one of the stories that the locals said was that yeah, bro went to pee in like, the river or something, and apparently those little parasites and stuff, that's what they track by is urine. And
Hmm.
so it just went up his little pee hole.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh god."
Sure.
And fun fact, they stopped doing the show because bro genuinely caught every single freshwater like giant monster thing, every giant monster fish. And so a lot of people were like, "Yeah, bro, Jeremy Wade was actually him." Genuinely had to stop the show cuz he caught everything.
He caught everything.
Bro
He
just caught
caught.
every giant freshwater fish, man.
Well, then why don't you go ocean? They say like,
See, that's
like fucking like 95% of it's
I'm good.
uncovered.
I'm good.
Why not, man?
Nah.
You
They
don't want to go see what's in the depths of the ocean?
Nope.
Why
Mm-mm.
not?
I will have more fun watching you do it than you will
Dude,
doing it. I'm good. Nah, see, like I bet the majority of it. I also love how I just like in the back of my mind thought about it. Oh, you know what the title of this show and thing is the Legends of Clubhouse Week 7 recap and Game 7 ALCS, and now we're on to the deep ocean. But
yeah, Manic Monday.
I'm sure
You know why? Because I wish it was Sunday. You know why?
because it's your fun
Because that's
day.
my fun day.
I bet 78% of the ocean is just nothing but water. But once again, I'm good. Nah.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
Okay, it came out stupid.
78% of
Yeah.
the ocean is water?
Yes.
100% of the ocean is water.
Okay, what I'm saying is about 78, 80% of the ocean is just blank water, like no fishies, no nothing, just water.
No.
Do you think it's
There's
higher or
fish
lower?
everywhere.
No, but you don't think that like there's more spots in the ocean where there's no fish than
No.
there is fish?
No, I think there's fish like almost everywhere in the water. Besides where like people swim, and you still probably have, you still have lots
Yeah.
of, dude, like it just, when it's like darker and like the depths, you get like those fucking weird ass fish, dude,
Bro,
that don't see the
and once
fucking
again,
sunlight.
that's why I'm not doing it. I'm good.
Yeah, man. Dude,
That
there's
shit,
probably some scary shit down there, man.
bro. I remember seeing fucking like NASA. Stop going outer space. Go under the fucking water and find out what the fuck's down there, so I don't have to. Like,
Dude,
no.
like, I watched this thing, about like aliens and shit.
Mhm.
Speaking of like outer space, and like they were like, if there was aliens on Earth, they're like, wouldn't the perfect place to like hide out in like plain sight would be the ocean?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Like,
There could be aliens down there.
bro, I remember seeing like this giant. It wasn't a squid, but it was like this giant squid-looking thing, and it was on like some oil rig, and it was like the most alien-looking thing I've ever seen. And like it zoomed in on like its face, and then zoomed out, and its tentacles were like crazy long, and I'm like,
Mhm.
keep that shit away from me. Like,
Yeah, there was a made-for-TV movie back in the 90s, called I believe it's called The Beast, and it was about a giant squid or a giant octopus like terrorizing
people and stuff like that.
submarines and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole deep sea concept to me, like, there's this thing called there's an act because once again, damn near everything has a specific name for phobia, and
Mhm.
if you want to classify it for me, it's a thalassophobia, where if you look it up, it's a fear of giant, bodies of water, and I'm like, I'm not scared of the water, I'm scared of what's in the motherfucking water. I don't
Mhm.
I don't like water that I can't see in, dog. Like when I flew over to England, I had a window seat, and I'm like, hey, yo, ma, if I fucking look out the window and I don't see shit but water, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. So she gave me a couple Xanax to kind of mellow out for the fly.
Um, yeah, we went. When I went to the Dominican, we did like an excursion and we went snorkeling. And I've never been snorkeling, not even in a pool. Like I've never used a snorkel. And I know it sounds stupid, but like I can't. Like for me, it's like um hard to get the rhythm of the breathing down.
Yeah, because it's almost an unnatural esque motion when you have, yeah.
Right. So we went snorkeling and I'm just at the surface and I just fucking I'm looking like the fucking down and shit. And then, I'm standing on some coral reef. Dude, the other side of the coral reef you could not see down. And I'm like, "Nope, I'm going back to the fucking
That's my
boat."
point. That's my fucking dude. I remember a couple like last year, one of my boys was like, "Hey Lawson, do you want to move with me to Hawaii for like 6 months?" And I'm like, "For what?" And so he was like, "I don't know, to be on a whole to be on what the fuck was it? To be on the island time." And I'm like, "Fuck
Yeah.
no!" And then he was like, "No," he's like, "No, bro, see, it'll be dope. We'll go fucking like shark cage diving." And I'm like, first of all,
Hell yeah.
fuck you and fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. And he was like, "Why
You're
not?"
fine. It's not like Jaws. They're not gonna be attacking the cage.
I don't give a damn. I will have more fun watching you have fun than you will be having watching fun. Like, listen, dude. I know it's a movie. 47 meters down, I'm good. I'm fucking good, dude. Nah. Ain't finna get me.
What about Free Willy?
Fuck Free Willy, man.
You could be friend a whale and be like, "We need you to get you out of here."
Dude, speaking of like speaking of the Free
Or
Willy
you could
whales,
befriend a whale like Zerbiak or whatever his name is and send him to the moon like a South Park. Walsiak. Wal- Walsiak.
it's almost like Wally Skirbiak from the fucking Timberwolves.
He fucking launched his ass to the moon.
Dude, I saw this. I saw.
They hired the Mexican NASA to fly
I remember seeing.
fucking stoner kids. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
And then episodes later, they just show the dead whale on the moon.
I remember seeing this video, and it was it was this girl. She dropped her phone off like the little. It wasn't like a canoe, but it was like just a smaller motorized boat, and she
Mm-hmm.
dropped her phone in the water, and like this beluga whale just grabbed it and brought it back to her, and I'm like, yeah, Bucko, no, the
Yeah.
fuckers, no, I'm good, dude, no.
It's not gonna eat your hand.
I don't know that.
You could probably write it somewhere.
Dude, that's another thing. Those see, um, I follow like 8 people on TikTok where that's all their account is. It's like just the deep sea, the free water, ocean shit, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this shit would give me a fucking heart attack. And so fucking like, there's this girl and she'll genuinely like just like swim with sharks and just grab like their fucking dorsal fin and just like ride with them. I'm like, bitch, that thing will eat you. Get away.
It can't eat you if you're on its back.
First of all, I understand. Oh, if it bites you, just poke its eye, because sharks, most sharks, whenever they go to bite, they have a protective membrane that kind of rolls their eyes in the back to protect their eye, and you're
Mhm.
supposed to just get your thumb and just kind of jab to it. I'm like, motherfucker, no, I'm not putting myself in the situation to get ate up by no shark. Fuck that.
Or you try to get eaten whole and then you rip your way out of the stomach. And you're like, "Day."
Like a true
You know?
Chad.
Yeah, and then you come out all like fish gutty.
I remember
But
I remember seeing this crazy video too where bro was like just like diving like up at the top, and a big ass whale shark genuinely came up and just engulfed his ass, and like 10 minutes later spat him out. I'm like, bro, could you imagine having to go through all 8 of bro's stomachs? Like, no.
I wonder if he was like slimy after.
Ugh. Keep that shit away from me, dude. Nah.
Or like he just coughed up a giant phlegm.
Looking at
Yeah, human.
human. Oh, this thing's too. Like, I understand that most
How
of the
did
shit.
Copper eat this?
I understand most of the shit bros eat are like krill and stuff like that. They're like this big, but
Mhm.
no, like the amount of the amount of videos and stuff that I've watched, and once again, that's why the internet is good and bad. It can desensitize you to a lot of stuff, but
Mhm.
it can also, like, I've seen the GoPro videos of bro just swimming around. Something says, "Look behind me." Turn on me, shark. Like, no, I'm good. Nah,
Why not, man? You could be like a shark's
don't
friend.
care. Don't care.
They could be like they could call you up to watch Steelers games.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like in Finding Nemo. Fish are friends, not food. Yeah, I'm not a fish, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not a fish.
Or like they could, hey, they could have you watch San Jose Sharks games. Get it? Maybe they're huge hockey fans.
Could you imagine? You go underwater. It's got a Joe Thornton jersey.
Yeah, like I mean, they could you could come out with your own movie called Laws, and it'd just be you and the sharks swimming around eating shit. You know
Mm.
how who was it? Kyle's dad had the dolphin plasty. You could have a surgery to turn yourself into a shark. You go live with them.
I remember it was a couple years ago. One of my buddies. I don't know if you've bought. Well, I know you're not like a TikToker. You don't
Hmm.
be watching
Dude, I
TikToks.
can't. Yeah, I would never get off of the app.
Yeah. They have like a TikTok shop where you just sell by almost whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and I can't remember if it was either the TikTok shop or like the Instagram store. He said he was scrolling through one of the two apps and it was like just an ad for like, oh, buy this bracelet, own a shark. Where they'll like
Mhm.
send it to you and whatever. And he fucking got this bracelet, like, bro, I now own a shark. I was like, what? And so he's like, yeah, they gave me like its little tracking thing. So bro had a hammerhead named Anchor for a couple years, and then what's even more funny, about 6 months ago, he was going through his shit. I was like, hey yo, whatever happened to Anchor? He was like, oh, yo, I gotta find his paperwork, and he fucking went to find him, and he found like the little pamphlet thing or whatever. So he looked it up and he was like, the device is no longer like trackable. I was like, bro got eaten by bigger jaws, and so the website was like, oh, here's another shark.
So your shark dies.
Here's another one.
How many sharks do they have these trackers on?
Dude, I don't fucking know, but it
They're
was.
just out tagging bitches like, yeah, we can sell you to
I mean,
somebody.
I mean, have you seen like those catch and release where they'll just tag the door? They'll literally just pull it up,
Mhm.
tag it, and then just drop it. I'm like, you're not putting a camera on it. You're just tagging it
Right.
just to be like, oh, I've been caught before. Like, what?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you're a shark, you get caught, tagged, and now you gotta go back to the homie sharks? Ha ha! Look at your dumbass got
Yeah.
tagged.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, the other sharks probably just kill it. They're like, fucking asshole. Like, let's just fucking kill this motherfucker. No one will care. And like, yeah, you know what they probably do is they probably kill that motherfucker, dude, and like eat every fucking thing part of that body except for the tag, and the tag just falls down to the ocean floor slowly on its fin. And they're like, yeah, Hammer and Hank is fucking dead now, or whoever you said your buddy's shark name was, Anchor, whatever the fuck.
It was a
Like,
hammer. It was a hammerhead shark, and his name was Anchor.
yeah, Anchor's fucking dead now. Sweet tag, bruh.
Sweet tag, bruh. It's so funny.
You loser.
Holy shit, that was so
Uh,
funny. So
Yeah, man, they probably think they're working for the humans or some shit, dude.
he's not one of us.
Yeah, fucking murder that bitch.
It's like fucking what the fuck was it? Megalodon versus Mecha Shark.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, something like that.
So fucking stupid. Well, we got like
Or
go ahead.
uh, what was it? Wolf Shark versus Sharktopus.
What?
Yeah, Wolf Shark versus Sharktopus. You never seen a Sharktopus? Yeah, man, Sharktopus, dude. Shark head with octopus tentacles.
Said going against a wolf shark.
Yeah, I think it was a wolf shark.
So was
Something like.
body of wolf, head of shark.
Yeah, no, wolf head with a shark body.
What the fuck?
Dude,
Is that an
they're
actual movie?
yeah. I don't know if it's wolf shark, but I know Sharktopus is real.
So fucking stupid. Well, we got 5 minutes. Give me your three
Dude,
winners for tonight.
would you what would you do if you saw a Sharktopus in the water?
I wouldn't.
Why?
Not putting myself in a situation to see one. The
What if you had to go on a boat? Like, what if you had to go on a little boat to like go to an island or something?
I would just start pooing myself. You know
You're like, oh
why?
man,
You know
not
why?
the octopus.
You know why?
Why?
Who wants to eat something that's got duty on it?
A lot of things. Um.
You know what? You're right. I'd probably be surprised.
Anyway, three winners for tonight.
The three
The
winners. So
Blue Jays.
okay.
Blue Jays. Because I have to go with the Blue Jays.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
you made it this far.
what's the other football game?
We've got the Lions and the Bucks,
Well, of course.
and then we have the Texans at Seattle.
All right, give me,
We know you're going with your Lions.
dude. I don't know. I because like we have like no defensive backs. Like all four, I think all four of our starters are out.
Yeah, but they're
Um,
missing Chris Godwin, and Ibuka might not play.
yeah, but it's Baker. Like, there's gonna be like a million points that are scored this game. I feel like.
That is true.
Um, Blue Jays, Lions, Texans. Bam.
Oh,
Parlay them.
I, parlay 'em. I'll go Seattle.
Seattle, and Detroit. SSD. Seattle squared.
Yeah, I'll go Seattle squared plus Detroit.
Seattle squared plus Detroit. Hey, it's episode 78. Who's your favorite 78?
I don't think Chris Letang wore 78. Hold
I don't
on.
know 78, so I'll just go 7-8.
The
7-8.
6'7", best
I don't
78.
understand the 6-7 thing, but I'm also not a child.
I don't either. I've heard in sports, cause I heard a lot of people were, oh, my dumbass. Bruce Smith and Anthony Munoz, they both wore 78. Uh, Jose Reyes, 78 stolen bases. Don't nobody care about that. I want number 78.
78 stolen bases. Anyway, thank you for joining us here at the Legends Clubhouse.
Hold
We
on.
are live.
I got a hilarious name of a number 78. He needs to be a Steeler. Dwight White.
Dwight White.
His name was Dwight, and his last name was White. Dwight
Dwight
White.
White.
It's
We're
good shit.
usually live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time here on New Leaf News' YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button so you get our alerts. And if you can't join us for breakfast, check out the show afterwards. Check us out over on newleafnews.com/network. Both of them take you to the same great site. We have daily content, whether it's sports, entertainment, horoscopes, murder shit, anything that you like, we have. Go follow us on our socials on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Facebook, and TikTok.